In a matter of exactly 5 minutes, you're going to start off your journey as a Godot developer by creating this pretty simple game, but you're going to still be able to learn a lot, such as an introduction to code, how to use Godot nodes, etc. So let's get started. Start off by going to godotengine.org, link in the description down below, and click over here, download latest. Then click over here. We will have to extract this zip file exactly like this, and then we have to open up this application over here. Make sure that you're opening this and not the console. Over here, let's go to create, give it here any name and project path, and I will just click create and edit. I know that if this one is the first time that you actually open a game engine, this could be a little bit overwhelming, but just change to the 2D scene. And we are going to be learning about the different windows on the go. So first of all, here on the right, you are going to be creating your game objects here called nodes in Godot, and you have different nodes for different purposes. You have a node for example, collisions and physics. You have other nodes related to audio, basically to play some sound effects. Another nodes called control nodes that basically are used to create user interfaces such as buttons, labels that display text. So for this example, let's just start off with a brand new user interface node that is the control node. As you can see, type control, and I will double click it to name it. I will just call this one main because this one is going to be like my main scene, and I will go to scene, save scene to save it just right here. And as you can see, this will appear on my file system window. So there you have learned file system window and scene window. Now we have to display some text, so let's add a label node over there. I will rename it to be score label. You rename nodes by double clicking on them, and I will put as text score 0. Using the anchors preset, I will put it on the center top, and I will move it down using the move tool a little bit. I will then create a brand new label settings to modify some settings, and for example, here in the font size, let's give it something like 50. Then let's select our main node, and inside of here add a button. Okay, make sure that this button is added below the main node and not inside of the score label node. And I will call this button increase score button, and I will put here a +1. Now using my select tool, I will just make this button a little bit bigger, maybe something like this. Using the anchors, I will put it in the center. Then under theme overrides, I will go to font sizes and increase its font size maybe to something like 40. So there we have our pretty simple UI. And now let's get to code. When you want to code, you have to create what is called a script. This is basically the file in which you write your own code. So make sure that you have selected your main node, pressing this button over here, and make sure that you select an empty script, because if not, it will already contain some code. So what we want to do over here is to know when we are pressing this button so that our score goes up. To do this, we will go to the increase score button node, go to the nodes tab, and over here we can connect the pressed signal. So click connect, then connect, and here we have a new function. So basically whatever we write over here is going to be executed or run when we press the button. So what we want to do first of all is to store the current score. To do this, we need what is called a variable. This is basically a value that is going to be stored, and to declare this, use the keyword bar followed by the name of your variable, in this case score, and then you assign an initial value. In this case, our score is going to be 0 by default. Then here we want to increase it, so we type score plus equal 1. This is the same as saying score is equal to score plus 1, but it is much shorter. Then we need to change the score label text. So using the $symbol to access the node, then we want to modify its text, and we want to make it equal to score, and then we want to actually put our current score, so we type str score. Our score is an integer 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. and we need to pass it as a string in order to be actually able to be displayed as text, because if not, this will return an error. And once we do this, we can press this button and this will run the current scene, and when we press this, the score will go up. Subscribe for more Godot tutorials.